Hello from the Hashknife Ranch in south central Montana. I'm Brendan Carpenter, and I am the manager and one of the family-owned members of this ranch. Just a small place. We raise cattle and horses and train, do clinics. And what we're going to do is kind of show you kind of our processes on getting a yearling, or nearly a yearling, she's a weanling, filly, and to kind of start her the familiarization process and teach her to be just a little bit even more calm and accepting of anything we want to do. All right, this little filly's name, we call her Lily. And what I want to do to begin with as a process, and she is super friendly anyway. There we go. That's my wife, the camera. What I want him to do is I'm going to give her the opportunity to smell that grain. And then I'm going to just pull it down, reach up, and I'm going to put the halter on her. I'm going to teach her, basically, and we haven't haltered her a lot. We did when she was a colt, a new foal, but we haven't done a lot of that since then. And as you can tell, I'm just kind of moving with her. Put this on her, and put it around her. And you notice I didn't let her have anything. I let her just touch that grain. And she is familiar with it because we played with it a little bit more. And I'm going to now give her a reward putting that halter on. Just a little one. And this is something you can always do. This way allows us to teach them that when we come out with a little bit of grain, yeah, girl, anywhere we're at, we can go ahead and catch them, and they get rewarded with a little bit of grain. The difference is I don't give them the grain first. I don't want to give them the reward without the work. They get the work, and then they're rewarded for it. So the next thing we want to do is just get her really happy and comfortable with us and stroking this neck. And it's just putting your hands on them is really what the big deal is about. Getting them to accept that you're not going to hurt them. And it's long strokes. As you can tell, they're kind of ratty and a lot of hair right now. It's mid-February in Montana. And this is an unusually warm day. It's 46, 47 degrees right now. You'll notice I'm just taking long, broad strokes, and they love their butt rubbed. If you can see, she'll kind of lean into it a little bit. Oh yeah, likes that. And you just do that. Things they like, you capitalize on that and use that as a tool for them to associate that, oh man, when they come around, this is fun. This is nice. So you spend a lot of time doing this, just familiarizing yourself with them, letting them smell you. And there we go. And breathing through my nose into their nose like they talk to each other. Now, notice she started to want to nibble a little bit, and you can't have that. So you have to teach discipline at the same time. She didn't try to bite or anything, but she was just touching. And they're very oral in their learning, just like a young human is. Work off both sides. This is a time when you can pick a little hay, dirt, twigs, whatever out of their hair. Kind of just some grooming. That's really what this is about. Big, broad strokes to groom those bodies down and just touching them everywhere. Good girl. Now, as I've got her calmed down, and she was no wild peach by any means, but you want to work up when they're comfortable with you. Then you want to get a little bit more intense, and that's up around their head. And so rubbing their face, rubbing underneath their jawline, underneath. Oh yeah, that feels good. Look how soft her eye is. And you can always pay attention to their, she almost fall asleep. Paying attention to how they accept that. Rubbing their head and rubbing around the pole of their head and around their ears. And I want to be able to touch those ears, and I can pull them down, work them any way I want. I can even stick my thumb inside of there. And she's not wild about that, see? But that's okay. I do it until she stops moving. And when she stops, there we go, then I quit. What I'm doing is teaching her that she has to stand still before that goes away. And then you go back at it again. See how much more you can get. Same thing, I'm putting my finger in there, or my hand inside, folding her ear back, and she's quit. As soon as she quits, I had a spot there where I could have quit her. Good girl. Good, there we go. She kind of relaxed as she was moving. And things have to happen very quickly. And see that? A chewing, licking response shows you that she is accepting what's going on. She's figured that out. It's like, oh, this is okay. I can deal with this. I want to rub around their eyes. This can be really soothing to them, really calming. Rub that eye, and then down around their face. Put my fingers in their nose. I want to be able to do that. Really up inside of there. I want to be able to touch this horse anywhere I want. Put my fingers inside their mouth. Open their mouth. Yes. Down into their lip. Upper lip. And notice how she's watching me. There we go. Rubbing. Oh, yeah. She's leaning into that. So making sure that I can touch her face, do what I wish. And again, coming on this side and doing exactly the same thing. Oh, there we go. That's better. Thumb in her ear. This side. Same thing. And when nothing bad happens, they learn that, oh, this isn't so bad. And then it becomes pleasurable. Like, oh, yeah, just kind of rubbing that forehead. Look at that eye. Look at how it's just getting really relaxed. Atta girl. Atta girl. Let's just rub this face a little bit. Over the top of this eye. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? And I'm always talking to them. Fingers in the nose again. Thumb in the nose. And she's not wanting to do it too, there we go, too readily let me and allow me to do that, but she's got to give in. Now my finger's in her mouth. There we go. There we go. Just stick my finger in there. She can't bite me. I'm not going to stick it up that far in there. There we go. And just massage. Again, fingers in the nose. I'm not cutting any air off. I'm just kind of violating that space a little bit. There we go. But she has to tolerate that. Good girl. Now I'm going to just work down her legs. We've done these large body strokes. We're going to come down that leg and feel it. Get her used to it. A lot of times they'll resist. They'll start to pick it up and try to take it away from you or walk away from you. And she's been very, very good about this. So now, each leg, I'm just going to reach down and just kind of pick it up. Hold it. And when she stops resisting, she's not resisting a lot, but she doesn't want to take it away anymore. There we go. And then I'm just going to let her have it. As soon as she quits, she quit. Good job. Good girl. Good girl. She's moving her hind end around, but she was not trying to pull that leg away from me. So that's a good thing. I'm going to pull her up. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing with this hind. I'm going to reach myself back around here. And we're going to do this. And we're going to pull these legs forward and backwards at some point. Right now, we're just going to do this. Since this is the first time, again, I'm just going to pick that leg up. Ask her. Good girl. Oh, it's nice and relaxed. She might try to take it. Good. There. Good girl. Good girl. And as I dropped it, she tried to pick it back up, but I'd already let go of it. So we're just going to let that go as it is. Same thing this way. Pull it back a little bit. Easy, baby. Let her go. Good girl. You notice I've got a loose lead. Oh, good girl. Good. Got a loose lead rope there. She's not trying to go anywhere. This is how we want them to be. I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to bring that foot forward this time. Good. Good girl. She's smelling me. This is extending that leg out. When she quits pulling and resisting, then I'm going to give it back. Good. Good girl. And we do this on all four corners. What I'm going to try to do is get this pony to lead a little bit. Now she led as a weanling. There we go. Good girl. And notice I'm putting pressure and release as soon as she comes forward. This is physical pressure and release to get her to come with me. There we go. There we go. And as soon as I walk away, I release that pressure. And you notice I'm not using the grain bucket. Good girl. Come on. Pressure release. And as a colt, I had that rope kind of around her hind end to give her a little pressure and push on her. And now we don't have to. It's kind of a push-pull, and now it's just a ask with a light pressure, and she comes to me. This leading has gotten us to a plot or a spot where it's direct pressure is pulling her. But I want her to give herself and move away from me when I ask. So now I'm going to use some indirect pressure. And by that, I mean my body's energy. I'm going to project my energy out. And she's a pretty low energy horse. She's pretty calm, but I want to project my energy out and push. There we go. Good girl. You notice I'm not touching her. I'm just projecting the energy in my body right into her body so she can feel that. It's like somebody standing too close to you that you don't care. There you go. Good girl. That you know you're not familiar with. And you're just going to move away. And that's what I'm asking her to do. And it also equates to being a dominant herd member. You push. And if I have to, I can now also pull on that head a little bit just to get her to move in a circle, because she does come around. Now she's backing for me. Not quite what I asked for. But I'm going to ask, come on, keep going, move. There you go. Good girl. There we go. Oh, excellent. You'll notice how she's pretty comfortable. She's smelling me. So now it's time to up the ante a little bit more. She gives the energy. She gives the direct pressure. And now we're going to give some super pressure. And that's just a matter of familiarizing her to something foreign. Now it smells like me, and a lot of times I'll use a very soft Navajo blanket that I've used on other horses. And look at her smell that. She smells me. She smells this. She knows what it is. And you start out, let them smell. And then you rub it on them. Just rub past them. Because at some point in her life, she's going to be having to listen and display herself under saddle. And everything that goes with that. And that means things that flop. Oh, she's doing wonderful now. Look at her mouth. Look at her chew. She's like, oh, okay, I kind of accept that, kind of. She's not running around. Very good. Licking, chewing. Very nice behavior. That's what we're looking for. She's kind of pushing me a little bit, trying to push past me, through me. Now's the time to quit. It's important to know when to quit. There we go. There's some licking. There's some chewing. Now she's standing. One more time. I'm getting greedy. There we go. We're done. We are done for the day. Just like that. You got to know when to quit. You got to know when you've done enough. And I got the responses I wanted out of her. She kind of stopped, didn't move as much, relaxed her legs, and then the licking and chewing showed that she was accepting what was going on and wasn't scared anymore. Good job, Lily. All right. So what we went through is just a really good general work with this horse. First time she's done it since she was weaned as a foal last October. And it's something you need to do, necessary, but it's not a one and done. This is going to be something that we repeat every day or every day that we can work. And there's going to be some days we probably can't. But we're going to do this as much as we can possibly do it until it's old hat. She doesn't care anymore. And if she tries to bite me, that's when I do a little bit of discipline and I pop her in the mouth. But I don't think she's doing that. Anyway, not one and done. This is a lengthy process. And some things will only work on one thing at a time. She's been very, very good about this. And we got through a whole list of things here without having to have much of an issue with her. So, all right. It'll be an adventure, won't it?